So when I was a young girl, I remember, so my dad was a pastor. I was a PK, and my dad was a pastor of a church called Rocky Mountain Community Church. His name's Pastor Poirier, Alfred Poirier, in Billings, Montana. And I remember there was this Christmas sermon. I don't remember what it was called, but basically he started in Matthew and read the entire genealogy. And I remember thinking, oh my goodness, Dad, this is gonna be so dry. And I was just thinking, like, we get it all, okay? It's the lineage of Jesus. But I remember him talking about how in the scripture, it says, so-and-so lived this many years and then he died. He had a son. He lived so many years and then he died. And I remember thinking, okay, all these, basically a lot of dead people. And my dad made this reference to every time you hear, and then he died, and then he died, and then he died. It is kind of the bell tolling, the death knell ringing again and again and again. And then it gets to Jesus. It really struck me, and I'm just reminded how, well, I mean, like, for all of us, we all are gonna die someday. I'm gonna die. I'm gonna be in a casket someday. I'm gonna be dead, rotting bones someday. And my children will remember me until they die. My grandchildren might remember me if I ever live to have grandchildren. But then they'll die. And at the end of the day, I will be a blip on a screen. Nobody's gonna remember me. People barely remember people who were incredibly famous hundreds of years ago. And there's something intrinsically wrong about that. We feel that without being remembered, your life doesn't seem to feel like it means anything. And so we all spend all of our time trying to do something that we think will help people to remember us, or it makes us feel special. But at the end of the day, the only person who can really remember you is somebody who's basically not dead. It has to be someone who's not dead. And the only person who doesn't have a death knell because he rose again is Jesus Christ. When Jesus was born, he was born during a massacre. I mean, it's so sweet. We hear all these Christmas songs and sweet little Jesus is being born, and that's so wonderful. But when Jesus breathed some of his first breaths on this earth, at the same time, many, many, many other children were breathing their last because they were murdered. They were slaughtered. And I just cannot imagine the groaning that would happen and the screams from the mothers and fathers and sisters and brothers of these little innocent babies, because Herod was threatened. Jesus is a threatening figure to any king because he is the king and he's still reigning. So in light of that, I'm gonna be playing Lule, that little tiny child. That's one of the few Christmas hymns that actually speaks about the massacre of children. So I hope you enjoy.